morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, back in 2021, yes, 2 years ago, Wargaming released this teaser video. Yes, it was, I think, like November 2021. They released this teaser video. Now, what was this teaser video so special? Because of this tank right here, the special IS-7, the special IS-7 that Wargaming teased almost 2 years ago now. They showed it. It looks absolutely fantastic. They announced that it's going to be a special tank in tier 10, a special IS-7 that you will be able to get through either missions or there's a certain way that you would be able to get this tank. Where is it? Two years on, where is it? We are still yet to see this tank over almost 2 years later. So Wargaming, where is the tank? Where is the freaking IS-7, the special IS-7? As I've said, Wargaming said it was going to be, you'd be able to get it in a certain way, not in the store. They said it wasn't going to be in the store, it was going to be earned. You're going to have to do certain, like an event to be able to get the tank. Whether it be like a clan event or a different kind of event, we don't know. But 2 years later, it is still not here. Now, for Wargaming's to sort of stick by them and to support them, they did actually say currently this tank is still being worked on. It literally, when they released this video, the tank hadn't even really been built yet. Obviously, we've got this video, this picture, this image, but it hadn't even been worked on yet. So I don't know how long it takes Wargaming to work on a tank that they know about. Whether or not it's not the tank, it's maybe the event itself, I really don't know. But one thing for sure is I'm waiting, and I've been waiting 2 years for this freaking tank. Where is it? Come on, Wargaming. We want this special IS-7. Now, I'm going to just have a little bit of footage with an IS-7 because probably tomorrow I'll do a full brand new review on the current IS-7. So we're going to talk about this special IS-7 and what I expect. So I expect the new special IS-7 to be pretty much the same as the IS-7. I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be any different whatsoever. I think maybe, like, if you look at the tech tree now, you do have a few tanks that is very, very the same, pretty much, like the IS-6, the IS-6 Phyllis, the T-34, the T-34 Independence, and other tanks like the M60, the M48 Patton. So there are a few tanks out there that is almost identical, except for one of them is a tech tree tank, and one of them is a collectible or an enriched tank, as they used to call tanks like the M60. So the M60 isn't a collectible, but it's not a premium. It shows as a premium, but in fact it is just an enriched tank. So you don't even really earn more credits playing the M60 than you do the M48 Patton. So I expect the IS-7, the special IS-7, to be pretty much exactly the same. Now, the other tanks that I've just mentioned, the stats are pretty much the same, except for like the tiniest thing. The tiniest thing. I can't exactly remember what that tiniest thing is, but it could be like the dispersion is 0.01 better. And I'll probably, to be honest, I expect that with the IS-7. And the premium or the collectible IS-7, I expect something to be just a little bit different, like so little that it probably won't even matter. Maybe the aim time to be 0.1 less, or the dispersion to be 0.1 less, or even maybe an extra 1 degree of gun depression, or a tiny bit slower or a tiny bit faster. I expect there to be something a little bit different, but again, like I said, so little that it probably wouldn't even make a difference. But I could be wrong. No one knows about this tank yet, and that's what's frustrating, because Wargaming allowed us to teaser it 2 years ago almost, or say a year and a half ago, and since then, since we were allowed to teaser it and Wargaming teasered the tank itself, we haven't heard anything. We literally have not heard anything more about this tank. So Wargaming, we are all waiting for it, whether or not it'll be a free tank. But one thing for sure, I'm 100% certain it is not going to be an easy tank to get. I'm pretty certain of that. It's not going to be like the 50 TP prototype, you know, tanks like that, the Waffle, the new Waffle, the Ritter. They were quite easy to get as clan events. I can't see this being a clan event mission. I expect it to be a proper something else, a different mission that only the better players will be able to get. So, or you have to play for a long period of time to be able to get this for free. And I also expect that you are able to maybe gold the rest. See, I don't know if it's some kind of event, but it's something. You're not going to be able to buy it outright, but you know, I really, at this point, I really don't know. And that's what I want to ask you guys. How do you think the new IS-7 will come into the game? Do you think it will be some kind of clan event or some missions or some other way? Let me know in the comments below, and you know, when it is released, we'll see who was correct. But as I said, one thing for sure, I can't see it being an easy tank to get. I think it will be a very, very difficult tank to get. Whether there's a certain number of tanks available, I doubt it. I mean, back in the day when they released tanks like the IS-3 Defender, the Tankenstein, I think, there was only a certain amount that could get the tank. The Kampfpanzer, the KPF, sorry. There was only a certain amount of tanks, or a certain amount of people that could get the tank, like the top 1,000 people. But with this, I can't see, they don't really do anything like that anymore, so I can't see that happening. But you never know. You never know. We keep asking Wargaming to look back at the past, you know, bring some things back from the past, because the game back then was very, very enjoyable. It's still enjoyable now, but there's certain things that we're missing from the game, like these kind of events that you can win these tanks for absolutely free. So whether Wargaming will do that, I really, really don't know. I don't know how it's going to come into the game, and more importantly, I do not know when, because it's been around about a year and a half. I'm sure it was November. I did look at the video. I think it was November 2021 that Wargaming actually teasered that video. So almost 2 years on, and we're still yet to hear anything. So we've still got to wait for us to hear something for them then to bring it into the game. So they're not going to tell you tomorrow about the tank and then it's going to come the next day. They're probably going to hint about the tank, and then we've even then probably most likely got to wait yet again another month or so for it to actually come. But maybe they are waiting for update 10, something special. Maybe they could, that's what they could be doing. But again, at this point, I know nothing, and because I no longer partner with Wargaming, I'm no longer a community contributor. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have that news for you anytime soon. So I will know when you know. So keep an eye out on those contributors. You know, you've still got Aminet out there. You've still got Fugit, of course, probably maybe Bushka. I'm not sure what's happening with Bushka. But there is a few contributors, the CCs out there, that will probably most likely bring you that information before I get it. So I'm not going to talk about the IS-7, but as I've said, because I am probably maybe tomorrow going to release a full in-depth guide on the IS-7 and how I think the tank fits on the battlefield now. But we're going to finish you off with this game right here with our guy going to perform very, very well and showcasing just how to play the IS-7. And when you play it correctly, it is a very, very strong tank. Now, the IS-7 it's been like a up and down tank. It really has been an up and down tank. 1 minute it's in meta, everybody wants it, everybody's playing it, and then everybody thinks it's rubbish, and obviously people don't want to buy it. And I think Angal created that meme, don't buy an IS-7 because of the ammo rack. You don't really see as many ammo racks now on the IS-7 than you used to. Honestly, when you used to play tier 10, almost every other battle or every sort of 1 in 3, there was an IS-7 that got ammo racked. You don't really see that so much now. But it is still a tank that can be ammo racked. You've just got to know how to play it. And with the pike nose, it really is not easy tank to play. The best thing about it is the armor is very, very troll. So you can accidentally bounce shots. Like, you can just play and you can bounce shots, not even wanting to bounce shots. Like, you don't play to bounce. But it is a very difficult tank to play. You've got to know how to play it. But again, we will speak about that in probably tomorrow's video, or maybe the next day. All depends when I make the video. But yeah, it's a decent tank, and me personally can't wait for the premium version of this tank. So let's just talk about this game at the moment. 2,500 block damage. This guy's done it all. He's got the damage, he's got the block damage. The only thing he hasn't got right now are the kills, but there's still 3 tanks left alive. 5,800 damage done. He's going to get a little bit more damage, and he's going to get a little bit more blocked damage as well. And he's going to push forward. I mean, you still got to be careful at this point. Yes, they are winning. It's a 4 versus 3, but the IS-7 is low hit points, and there is a couple of other tanks that is low hit points. And of course, you've got the mouse there. That was very, very healthy. That was before 1,000 damage was done to him by this IS-7. And thanks to that 1,000 damage, it really has pumped his damage up. Now 6,800 damage. One more shot will get him past the 7,000 mark, and there we go. So he's now on 7,300 damage, 3,400 damage blocked as well, and just 1 tank left, and there goes the yo. So a very, very good win. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As I've said, let me know how you think the premium IS-7 is going to come in the game and when. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With